What is good? What is good? What is good? Welcome to a brand new episode of Drag the Lake. I am your host, Andy Malafrina. Joining us very soon will be Pat. Pat the Fat George now. That's not fun. That's not fun stuff. That's not fun stuff. That's not how we joke over here. We support our friends. And if you see my fucking friends, I need a lot of fucking support. Anyway, how are we all doing? I am your host, Andy Malafrina. We got a fun-filled day. Number one in all of violence, Dunbar. Number two in all of violence, Hola, Multitoad. Multitoad in the chat. We got Dunbar, day one, motherfucker. Getting in that bitch, letting people know he's the motherfucker. We got the motherfuckers that fuck the motherfuckers. We see motherfuckers and we go, spread them, spread the cheeks. Let me in. Give me yourself. I am Andy Malafrina. I am a defeated man. I have lost my belief in the human race, but it doesn't matter, dude. We're here. We're podcasting. We're here to make it just feel a little bit goddamn better. Is that all? Can we have that? Can we have that? God damn it. Just a reminder, if you are listening to this in the future, if you are Marty McFly, who is part of the new Fortnite thing, if you are Marty McFly, sorry, I saw the video jump a little bit. I was listening back to the audio. I think when I'm trying to do a bunch of background things while I'm getting ready, the Restream website has a little bit of a fucking tizzy. But it's good in the hood. We're doing our damn fucking thing. The vitals are strong. But yes, just a reminder, if you're watching any of this in the future, if you're listening to this in the future, just know you can go over to Drag the Lake 732. That was the zip code I lived in when I made the YouTube channel. Drag the Lake 7. Well, technically not when I made the YouTube channel, when I repurposed the YouTube channel for Drag the Lake. Drag the Lake 732. If you want to watch this live on YouTube, it's a fun-filled place over there, but a lot of the fucking party people, a lot of them want to watch it over on Twitch, twitch.tv/Andy Malafrina. It's a fun time over there as well. We're having good shit going on. And also, if you guys are watching live, always a reminder, you can watch the pod. If you miss something, if you get in the chat late, I know Dunbar never misses a moment, but if you get in the chat a little bit late, or you want to see a clip, you don't want to watch the whole thing, you want to see a clip. Well, actually, no, clips are on the YouTube channel. If you want to just listen to the whole damn thing, you can go over to Spotify or iTunes. I am feeling a little bit tired, so I'm really excited for Pat to get in here so I can just kind of sit back and let his ass do everything. I got to be honest. Sometimes I sit here and I podcast and I go, Pat's not letting me talk. Pat's talking too much. He's not a good listener. He's not a good fucking listener. He's not letting Big Red express himself. Big Red wants to fucking express himself, and Big Patty in the morning's not doing what he needs to do as a co-host to let Big Red express himself. And sometimes I want to jump in and interrupt. Sometimes, you know what I mean? Sometimes I want to jump in and interrupt and give my whole fucking get going along diatribe. Sometimes I want to do that. He doesn't provide that. No, I'm just fucking. But no, sometimes though, you know, teacher had a little too much to drink the night before, and he wants to put on a video, and that video is Pat George, and he needs to get here so I can put on a fucking video. No, I was like up. I was up late last night, just existing, not even drinking or nothing. Not even having one. Well, I was drinking. I drank some water. I was staying hydrated. Got my new cup. Anyway, this is Real Deal Podcasting. I got my water cup right here. No, but I was not even drinking alcohol or nothing. Just up late, feeling myself because I was having just been, you guys know what it is. It's just a constant struggle of figuring it out. It's just asking the universe, why am I here? And just sitting there and saying, like, universe, you got anything for me? You got anything for me? Anything on the relay? You know what I mean? I'm just waking up. I'm just living my life, fucking throwing out some sonar, just being like, anything for me today, universe? And the universe is just like, we'll keep looking, dude. And I'll be like, that's fine. That's fine. Cause I'm fueled by the never ending will of man. I'm fueled by the never ending will of man. And I won't let just a simple thing like, never getting what I want for an entire decade. Now I'm getting fucking dramatic. Now I'm getting fucking dramatic. I was trying to be a silly fucking goose, but now I'm getting absolutely dramatic. So we are waiting on Pat the Fat George, seeing when his cute ass is going to get in here. I told him I was, dude, it was so yeah, last night I was just fucking vibing. It was actually like one of the most positive, productive evenings. I was just vibing. You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, I definitely hit a doom scroll or two. Brother, I definitely hit a doom scroll or two. You know what I mean? I think you got to break it up. We live this life of, we have endless opportunities to just feel. We have endless opportunities to just fucking feel everything. And I got to be honest, I don't mind the doom scroll. Like, for a little bit. That's a good title for the stream. I don't mind the doom scroll. I don't mind it for a little bit. The problem is it's never a little bit. Because, like, sometimes it is nice. Because I know that apparently they were doing a study where they were like, yo, apparently these phones are bad for you. They had all their most powerful minds on the case. All their most powerful, hardworking minds on the case. And they were like, these phones might be bad for you. And then if you just look at fucking nonsense, you know what I mean? Like, I like to compare it to food. I think a lot of times people go, of course you do. Yeah, whatever, dude. Talk about what you know. I talk about what I know. And I know food. But like, for real though, what am I trying to say? Sorry, I'm multitasking. I'm trying to think. Like, I normally go live on the panties channel today, but I completely forgot about. Whatever, we'll do that tomorrow or Thursday. Actually, I feel like Thursday's a better day to do it because you do it, and then I'll be like, "Hey, yo, go over to panties." You know what I mean? Like, I'll do it for a little bit, then I'll be like, "Hey, yo, motherfuckers, go to panties, go watch some fucking panties." But nah, it is the problem. The problem with the doom scroll is it's hard to hit the ejector seat on it. That's the real problem with the doom scroll. Cause I'll get behind the idea of just being like, yo, I just need to like look at some fucking shit. I just need to, like, I think in this day and age, especially for a guy like me consuming the way I consume, you're on 24/7. You're on, and it just, the world is just like lighting up your brain at the same, lighting up my brain at the same fucking time. And then to just look over at Instagram, and Instagram's like, do you want to shut it completely off? Do you want to just turn all the fucking lights off? Just the emotional equivalent of drinking a Four Loko? Do you just want to shotgun a metaphorical Four Loko right fucking now? Do you want to just do that? And I go, yeah, I want to party all night, but not remember a fucking sense of it. Second, because that's kind of what it is. Doom scrolling's just fucking freebase and Four Loko. You know what I mean? Shit. What was the thing I said earlier? I tried to change the title of this and it didn't update. Why did it not update? That's upsetting. That hurt my feelings. Why did you guys not update? I tried to update the title and it didn't do that for me. But anyway, I was up too late scrolling on my damn phone last night. But that's the problem. That's the problem is it's hard to hit the ejector seat. It's hard to hit the ejector seat because sometimes you need that. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're trying to party all night, when you're trying to have a good night out partying, sometimes you need that. Sometimes you fucking need that where it's just like lights off. We're done. We're not worrying about fucking shit today, dude. We're not worrying about nada. Nothing going on. And you need to just lights off. We're good. We're out of here. We're queer. Get used to it. You just need that shit. But the problem is it's hard to hit the ejector seat on the fucking doom scroll. Because it feels nice. You know what it is? I don't know if it's like even necessarily like because I feel like have all of us been there? I feel like every single person has been there where you're like just a little bit. And I don't know. Like, has there ever been that one time where you're like, dude, I just hit like 10 reels. I just hit a quick 10 reels and just got out of there. You know what I mean? I don't think that's ever fucking happened. I don't think that's ever existed in the ever in the all of humanity. I don't think that's ever existed one time. Just I'm gonna hit a clean 10. I'm gonna hit a clean 10. That's what, a minute? You know what I mean? Give time in between each flick or whatever. Maybe you watch one twice. Just a quick 2 minutes, something like that. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's ever happened one time in the history of humanity. I don't know if that's ever happened one time. You just hit a clean 10, a quick 2 minutes and get the fuck out of there. No, it's kind of interesting. And I know I'm not the first one to say this. Hey, what's up, brother? Welcome. Sup, G. How you doing? Derek in the chat. I drank 5 beers last night and didn't even get a buzz, and now I feel like shit. Being old sucks. Brother, I've been there more times recently than I'd like to admit. I don't understand it. I don't like it. It's like I'm really switching to a point where I'm either gonna get I'm gonna get drunk or I'm not drinking. And also too, I gotta be honest, I haven't been having fun getting drunk as much lately. I don't know. I think life's kind of pushing me into straight edge a little bit. Like we did the podcast yesterday. Michael Day was on. Fantastic podcast. Comes out Thursday. You guys know that. And we did it. Nate was like, yo, you want to drink some ranch waters? I've actually never had some ranch waters. Let me say this. I get why. I think it was I think some people call them cut waters. That's another drink. Yeah, these guys. I've been hearing people say there's like a joke or meme online where people saying like the cut waters get you in trouble. The cut waters can lead to a dicey time. You know what I'm saying? But which, you know, Nate asked me to pick up because I don't know if you guys know, I got the company card. So when the fellas have a request. Yeah, but I think ranch water is like a whole thing. It's not just like, I think it's a type of drink. It's not like one company. But yeah, we got these guys. We didn't do all this. We got the grab bag. We got the grab. It was so funny. It was so funny too because I walk in and I was like Michael Day sitting there and I was like, yeah, I got the suitcase. He's like, the suitcase, and I go, that's just literally a dumb thing I'm saying right now. It's not called the suit. I just made that up, and now you're pointing that out, and now I feel like a fool. But yeah, we got the ranch waters, and we're throwing those back, and they're nice. The spicy, manageable. I don't know how you do it, Mexicans. Shout out Mexicans, big fan. Love your work, love the fact that you're Mexican. Very cool. Always said it. Always said it like, hell yeah, shout out being Mexican. Big fan of that. Your whole thing where you're like, yo, this thing that's not spicy, what if we made it spicy? And I'm not just saying like, you know, we're eating some tacos and here's some tacos, let's make them a little spicy. No, it's just this thing where it's like, ooh, a cool refreshing beverage. What if we made it spicy? And I haven't tried it. It seems popular with the people, but like the whole thing where they go like, "Oh, you want this fruit? What if we poured a little bit of that hot stuff, tahine? What if we put some tahine on it?" And I go, I mean, I don't get it, but I'm not going to argue with the numbers. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you were like, "Oh, Taylor Swift's a terrible musician." I mean, she's got the numbers on her side. I think there's an argument that she's not the best musician in the world, but she's definitely got the numbers are in her favor. You know what I'm saying? So just, with the Mexicans, again, shout out Mexicans, as Suckdickus, hell yeah, is reiterating what I said. The numbers don't lie. The numbers don't lie. I mean, I see the same I see the same perfect circled women on the side of the highway selling fruit in a bag every goddamn day. Every goddamn day I see it and people are buying it. So, I mean, that's good. You know what I mean? That's on par with like cigarette sales, man. That's on par with fucking cigarette sales. You know what I mean? Like, you can't even advertise them. You just have them at the store. You just have them in the back at the store. You just know where they are. That's perfect customer appreciation. You know what I mean? It's fuck, you're right. That's crazy. I mean, I'm just, you know what I mean? It's like we're not all chilling on the highway just being like, "Oh, what if I got a Diet Coke?" Like, you have to drive to the store for that. You're chilling on the highway. You see people with fruit and fucking spicy seasoning on the side of the road, and you're like, "Yeah, I'll take a bag of that lady's fruit on the side of the highway." People don't even look twice. So again, back to what you were reiterating. Numbers don't lie. I gotta be, I'll say this, not a fan though of the spicy cut water or ranch water, which Dunbar was saying ranch water is a Texas cocktail, which makes sense. We are in Texas, but it was one of those things where I was like, is it, I just didn't know. I was like, is it, wait, what is the recipe though? What is the recipe? Nope, this website is making everything terrible, so we'll close. Spicy hits different. Yeah, there's got to be a bigger thing going on. Oh, here we go. Tequila Lime and Topo Chico, I believe, is the original. Oh, okay. It was kind of funny too, because like when we were on the podcast yesterday, Lemaire was saying he's not a big fan of the ranch waters. Lemaire was like, "I'm not a big fan of these ranch waters," and then we were drinking them, and he's like, "Yeah, I just don't like the tequila in them." And I start laughing, and I wasn't even trying to like rub it in. I saved it till later in the podcast to rub it in and be a cunt. But no, because we were talking about because you guys know Lemaire's just he's a dirty no good just terrible, just a libtard. A libtard. You guys know that about Lemaire, just huge libtard. And saving it for the pod is demon time. Oh, the ranch waters. No, but we were talking. What were we talking about? We were talking about. It was kind of funny too, because you guys know me. I'm definitely one to like kind of like be slightly aggressive when arguing about certain things. I think someone was saying before, I'm real good to dig my heels in and things like that. I'm real good to do all that. But we were talking about the Bay of Pigs, and Lemaire was saying it was Lemaire was saying they were doing it behind the president's back, and I go, no, I think the big thing about the Bay of Pigs was it was the president. They were planning it. Then Kennedy came in And they were planning it. Kennedy came in, and then he basically was like ratcheted down what they were gonna do, and it was like the U.S. supporting the local militia in that area. And then Pat looked it up, and it was on the Google AI. And then I'm reading through it, and then I'm like, I had this very cunty moment on the pod where I was like reading through it. So what I said, and I remember I felt a little bit bad because I was like, he wasn't being confrontational. I think it was like the old Andy when it was like the old Andy. I was dealing with the old Lemaire in my head when we would be much more argumentative about politics. I think both of us just don't have the same energy for it. Like it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. Like I felt that with the politics thing. And I'll try to remember the ranch water thing. I'll try to remember the ranch water thing. Hey, there's Pat. There's Pat. What up, brother? How you doing today?
How's it going, man? How you doing?
Good. I was just telling him about how well, actually I was telling him about two things. One, I don't have the energy to fight about politics like I used to. Like I still believe the things I believe. I was about to get into that. No, because I was thinking about on the podcast yesterday when we were talking. I was telling him about the Bay of Pigs thing. Then you pulled up the Google search, and then I read it, and I felt my old instincts coming back because you remember I was reading it, and then I was like, so what I said, and I go, that was overly cunty, and it didn't need to be.
yeah.
And I was like, I think I instinctually went back into my old ways. And then I was about to say too, there was a moment where when Michael Day was on, I remember he made a statement about like Republicans that I remember my brain was like, not exactly. But then I kind of paused and I was like, well, what am I just going to go like, well, let me defend Republicans? And it was a quick moment of like, oh yeah, who cares?
Yeah. Well, you kind of did a Chili's too. You did when I said something about like, I was just like, yeah, I've been watching John Oliver videos a lot lately. And you were like, I don't really follow him, but I don't like him. I don't agree with what he says. And I was like, and I know that you had, I know that was based on, I know that was based on fact. Like
my thing with Oliver is I haven't watched his show in a while. I used to watch it all the time. And I just remember every time I'd watch it, I'd be like, very funny. Don't agree with you politically though.
Well, and that's the thing is like, I just watched, cause I just went like, because once you start watching something on YouTube, it just starts suggesting a bunch of stuff, and it's just like a bunch of like, it's mainly his like.
Oh, we were talking about that yesterday. Their fucking algorithm's horrendous.
Well, it's just in general. Like, I also found out this thing about I'll tell you about like I don't want to like post it on here just because I mean it's already a YouTube video, but it was some like thing that says like if you set a premiere, and then you change the time. It's all this other shit.
I heard you and Lemaire talking about that at Fogo.
Well, it's no. This was something I just found out.
Did I say Fogo? I meant PF Chang's. But what would you find out?
But it was a thing where if you set a premiere, no, it was something different than that. It was like a way that if you have a clip or a video, I guess I'm just gonna say it, but it's like it's on the fucking internet. It's not like I'm sharing special news. This is why I don't think it's gonna work. Also, but it says like if you have a premiere set to go. Like saying like your premiere on YouTube at 7:00, it will boost that a little bit more, like because it's going to be a premiere. But if you change like at 6:59, if it was supposed to do at 7:00, if you change it at 6:59 and go another 20 minutes, it will just elongate that push.
Oh, okay.
So it'll continue to kind of promote that video until you actually do finally premiere it, and you can kind of prolong it like that. And I was like, this is fucking stupid, man. like legitimately, like all this shit. Like I understand that and everything, but it's also like that's fucking lame until they change it again. And then that's another thing. And then we get fucking flagged because we say that two certain people have certain things. I don't know what thing we got upset about, but like
it was the fact that I put micro P in the title. Because like it's funny to be like, oh, you're defending Jeffrey Epstein and Hitler and stuff, but I mean, I will say this: it is a sign of your algorithm being absolutely retarded when it's like, even if it's just a computer, it's like, well, it found out we were mocking Jeffrey Epstein and Hitler's. And I go, guys, I got to tell you, I don't even think we were doing hate speech, but if you're going to hate speech someone, I mean, you got to let it go when it comes to Hitler. I don't know if they're free speech absolutists or whatever over there, but it's like, if you're going to hate speech someone, Hitler's a great guy to do it to. I got to say, there's no better guy to do it to. But yeah, it's like an algorithm thing with the micro P, but putting micro P in the title. But I appealed it to be like, you guys aren't serious. And they were like, no, we're super duper serious.
Yeah. And it's like, but that's what I'm saying is like, it's just in general, like YouTube and like all this stuff, like programming, and everybody's has this. You know what happened? I think what really happened is the industry, whatever it may be, whatever you want to assume that is, took podcasting and then they turned it into everybody thinks it's different now. Everybody goes like, because I just a podcast I listened to said like, hey, it's been a year, but we're gonna ramp down. We're not gonna do a podcast anymore. And it's like, because you never intended on it. A podcast is always going to be a podcast. The element about a podcast is anybody can sit down and have an interesting, compelling conversation as long as they have a decent microphone and an okay web camera. That's what it was supposed to be. Bare bones, baby. It wasn't supposed to turn it into TV. Brother, so now people are canceling themselves. They're saying like, well, it's not what we thought it was, blah, blah, blah. Because you went into it for money. You got to go into it for a podcast because that's the real ones.
I remember that being the coolest thing about it. That's what like got me so excited about podcasting, because I was like, oh, I'll never get a job. I was like, damn, it's gonna be tough getting a job at a radio station, and then I'll have to like, even if you look at someone who, well, I guess that's more of his decision. I was gonna say like Sam Roberts, where he interned for O&A, but I don't know if he necessarily was like, I'm gonna be the offensive guy on the radio. But like, if you wanted to go that route, you had to basically, you have to basically grind it out for a fucking decade. And then it's like, or you could sit in your home and just say slurs into your phone. And you're like, that's beautiful. That's so beautiful.
And that's the thing. That's what it comes down to, is like, is building audiences. Like it's a thing where people took podcasting and they made it into an industry. And then when the industry, and that's the thing, is that it wasn't an industry, it was more of a social movement. And
I really this? I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I fucking got no sleep last night, so I overcompensated on the coffee, and now I'm too jacked up. So
I didn't sleep well last night either. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it was the
mine was cycle. Well, I was saying it before, the moon cycle. Yes, let's immediately go to the gayest reason possible. Did you also get your period today, Pat?
No, not yet.
Oh, well, I'm flowing, baby. No, I just stayed up late. Like, I was having a blast. I was playing Fortnite, and I've been realizing I'm a big biography head, dude. I'm just something about, dude, it's weird. I've been trying to get more engaged with books and all this other media and stuff to be like, I should try to not to be a huge retard all the time.
Yeah.
And, there's something about when it's a biography or presented in such a way, I lock in and pay attention way better. So I've been on those. No, I was having a great night last night, and then next thing I realized it's like 4 a.m, and I go, well, shit.
Yeah.
And I did that too. No, but fuck, now I don't even remember. Oh, the podcasting thing. We were talking about that. Yeah, I had a realization, because I think I was talking to someone where, like, the more fun, like when you look at which sports are the most fun, and I mean on like face level, like not just the idea of, say, football or basketball. I'm talking about like the NBA or the NFL or the NHL or MLB. Yeah, MLB.
Yeah, nailed it.
And that's why I'm a pro, dude. That's why I'm a fucking pro. That's why I got myself a YouTube channel, because I'm a fucking pro. But like football rules, but the whole time you're watching it, because it's like there's still overlaying vibes of like the yucky industry, like big wig corporation shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
they're gonna hit you with like, oh, did they play for 5 minutes and a Ford commercial? Bam, 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 bam. You know what I mean? Like, and I started noticing, I'm like, oh yeah, it's the sports that can make you billions of dollars are the ones that are gonna feel grosser. It's the ones like the NHL, and then like I was talking to someone about rugby. It's why those ones still feel kind of chill and stuff, because you can't like obviously you gotta be a billionaire to own a fucking NHL team, but you're not.
It's actually closer to millions, I think. Like I know what you're saying, but
See,
like
I'm so happy to hear you correct me on that,
I was
because
gonna
like
say, yeah,
that's why the vibes around NHL are so much better, is because they fucking let them fight, and it's like you can be you can be a middle class millionaire and still
yeah. No,
fucking own a team.
there's plenty of people. The producers of the Saw movies at one point owned the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Really?
Yeah, it was fucking weird as hell. They hired this fucking TV analyst that used to be a coach, Barry Melrose, this guy with hockey hair all the time. They hired him as the coach and fired him after 7 games. Like there was a mess. They were trying some spectacle things. They were trying to like make it a thing, and then luckily they sold the team not long after. It was crazy.
They're just at practice, like, all right, we're not doing good, and they go to the director, and he's like, should we pull their toenails out? Maybe. And it's like, dude, you gotta stop thinking in Saw terms.
Puzzle box? Should we throw them in barbed wire or something? Should we make them like? Should we make the goalie like wear barbed wire instead of skates?
Should I cut the goalie in half?
Yeah, I think
I was noticing it too, where because I saw people on the internet where like bitching about, I guess, some fucking sneaker lady, some like sneakerhead lady who owns a store was like complaining that people aren't buying shoes the same. And I go, brother, you see it the same thing with like any of those collecting hobbies, like where it comes to the two that probably suck the most ass with scalpers and shit is like sneakers and Pokemon cards. It's because the resale value, like whenever you see the hobbies that have like a really intense resale market, that's when the shit sucks ass. Like it almost ruined comic books. Like
I was gonna say,
in the 90s, it almost, if people don't know, like the resale market almost ruined comics in the 90s, where every comic would have like 90 variant covers, and they would like keep restarting series because the issue number 1 would make you a bajillion dollars and shit. So
I think that's the thing, is that's when I learned that collecting or collectors or any of that stuff, it was not for me. Was because like whenever people go like, oh well, I'm going to get into the anything that you're getting into for the money, I feel like is a bad investment, because that's the thing, is like they take stuff like vinyls, kind of like that. Comic books is a great idea, or a great example of like where it's like, if at the point where it's like I'm being told it's a good investment to get into comic book or card collecting, by that time it's not. Like, you know what I mean? But if it's the same thing with like crypto or any of those things, like where like I do understand like there was a good time, or there have been good times to buy or whatever, but it's also like it's all a fucking gamble, and you kind of should just focus on, like, I saw somebody recently sell their father's entire Lego collection that he had for like $165,000. And he had passed away and it was gone, and they knew it was worth more because he also had like unopened boxes, some other shit, like collectible shit. And they were just like, that's how that's supposed to be. But people do it like Beanie Babies or fucking pop figures or any of these things where they're like, this is a good investment, I'm a collector, I do this. And it's like, this has no actual value. Once you buy it is only a collectible. Like a comic book you can read, Legos you can build, it's a toy, it's something you could play with. But like just getting a pop figure or comic or not so much vinyl, but like other things, when you do that for the investment, I feel like that's when you're gonna fuck yourself, because it's like it's supposed to be a thing where like it happens randomly, like where out of nowhere you're like, hey, half read political softback books are the most valuable thing in the world, and Andy looks at his bookcase and goes, I'm rich.
Hey, I really appreciate you saying half read.
I said half read. Yeah, I was gonna say, I didn't say unread.
No, I'm saying when a quarter red is in the market, that's when I'm really gonna make all them.
Yeah. Oh boy, here it comes. Once these half books are all bought up, then they're gonna be looking for the quarters. Oh boy.
Ooh, they're gonna look for the first quarter of the spine to be torn up because they're gonna know I tried to reread it 3 times.
If the Tampa Bay Lightning somehow become a completely defunct team and never exist again, I'm flush with memorabilia. That's gonna
Nah,
be one of
dude.
those things that we're like, I'm gonna have the Atlantis of collectibles.
Well, I started to notice like how fucking gross and empty it is when I got into trading card TikTok. You know what I mean? Me,
Mhm.
big Any Malfrey TikTok influencer. So I'm on there a bunch, and I got into trading card TikTok because it was like I was big into Pokemon cards back in the day when I was a kid. Me and my brother would play Magic the Gathering and Pokemon, but that's the big thing is we would play it. When
Yeah.
I started to see all these TikTok posts, I started to realize I go, it's this weird because it funny things happen when people just like I feel like a lot of human beings are just fish in a river, not kind of like thinking about where they're going. They're just kind of like, I'm just going with the stream.
Yeah.
But then when you actually like grow legs and step out, you're almost just like, well, why are we going that way? And that's what I realized like the Pokemon card resale market is like. I was like, oh, this is just a bunch of guys who don't play the game
Yeah.
reselling the cards to each other so they can be like, because you would see some guy who's like, oh, I really need this to complete my collection. But then they would trade that for another equally as rare and expensive card. And you're
Yeah.
just like, oh, you're just doing the card game. Because I
And that
also realized it too with the One Piece trading card game. Because I was like,
yeah.
no one plays One Piece. No one plays that.
Yeah.
It's just to like trade and
I don't think I
find the
knew
rare.
Pokemon were real cards. Like I never knew that there was a game
Oh, really?
until yeah, I swear to God. Like because when I was into the show and I
Yeah.
was into Pokemon, the actual creatures, the game, the Game Boy game, all that shit. Like
Yeah.
I was loving it. But like when I realized like, oh, this is a game like like Magic the Gathering or any of those things, I was like, oh, well, that's kind of weird. Like it doesn't make it didn't then it made less sense. Then I was just like, all right, well, I don't understand this. You know what I
It
mean? Like
was See, to me, it's almost like that's more fun to me. Like just actually being able to play the game and because there's something about it's funny, like you made the joke about half read books. I like there's part of me that goes like, I hate that some of my books still look clean and like it's like
yeah.
there's something about getting old there's something about like having something that never got used and it
Mhm.
just is pristine to be pristine. And you're like, well, what's the point of this?
Well,
You know
that's
what I
what I
mean? Like
yeah. Sorry,
that,
go
like
ahead.
Funko Pops exposed that the most.
Mhm.
Because I remember, like, don't get like I would buy Funko Pops because like I got like one or two for myself because I'm like, oh yeah, that's that thing I like.
That's
And
my
then
thing. Yeah, that's who
yeah,
I am.
yeah, and but then you start to think about like if you buy more and they start taking up space and you're like, well, why am I taking up space in my house so
Mhm.
I can just walk by and go, oh yeah, Rick and Morty. I like that show.
Yeah. I like that
oh,
show.
oh yeah. Stranger Things. That's a show I've watched. And you're like, why do I, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then the lack of like they're not for anything.
Nothing.
It made me realize like so much of collecting is just stealing autistic people's money because
Mhm.
like I've felt that pull because it feels good to
Dude.
it's like when I'm playing Fortnite. Like it feels good to like finish the battle pass and then you're like done and you're like, oh, my life is so empty. Like when it finally hits you, because
Yeah.
that's what I think vapid collecting like that is where you're like, oh, I finally collected it. And then now you finally you don't have anything to block out
You don't
the horrifying silence.
you don't complete it. Like you mentioned that lady saying people don't buy shoes like they used to. That's because you built a business on a fad. You built a business on it's like saying like yes, you can have a record store in 2025. It does exist and they can exist. But you're gonna have to offer some other things, and it's going to be a niche store. It's like a thing where like you have to understand, like it's like there's Christmas stores that are open year round in places. In Florida, there was one down by the beach. There's a Christmas store. It's always open. It's always it's called the Christmas store, and it's like one of those things. But
Patrick, I have many white women in my life. You don't have to explain it.
Everybody knows it. Yeah. So there's the same idea with this, where it's like everybody, it's collecting. Like it's a weird thing. We joked about like, oh, this is my thing. I'm the vinyl guy. I'm this guy. Sure, but like you're a collector. You fit in a very uniform and very very like, and it's okay, but it's a very very like. It's a molded fucking hobby. It is exactly the same in every scenario. Shoes, vinyl, pops, except for the pops actually don't do anything.
You
like
know,
vinyl does stuff, shoes do stuff, but like it's the thing where you're like, I bought one to stock and one to rock. So one that you'll never ever wear, that you're just gonna look at, and then one that you're gonna wear, but you're gonna yell at everybody for if they even look at them dirty. You know what I mean? Like it's a weird thing, but everybody, it's all the exact same person.
It's why I actually respect people who collect Nazi paraphernalia more than because you're like, it actually, no, for real though, because like the collecting that makes sense to me is like when you hear people like own OJ Simpson shit, you're like, yeah, it's not because it's like, oh, that was a cool tie. It's like, yeah, no, because fucking OJ.
It's an infamous thing. It's crazy. It's like crazy. It's like a John Wayne Gacy painting. It's a morbid curiosity. Like but it's also like I've actually adapted to. I started collecting Nazi micropenises. So I have
nice.
I have a little Crown Royal bag that I have in my back pocket that I always have.
I actually collect New York financier micropenises.
But we can't talk about it. Nobody specific.
Allegedly.
I make a whole. I'm like a fucking special forces guy. I make a necklace out of micro penises and scrotum. I make the earrings. I make scrotum earrings, but I make a micro penis necklace.
Yeah, no, I'm a big fan of collecting when, like I'm a fan of collecting when, like, if you came over and I showed you my collection, I'd grab the thing and I'd just be like, "Let me tell you about this."
Yeah,
like if I'm not like. But if you just show me, like I remember,
don't touch that. I got that one there, and I got that one there. That one cost a lot of money. And then if you're telling me how you made the collection, tell me about the things that you're collecting. Don't tell me how you got the collection. You know what I mean?
There's certain like when you're collecting just to complete something. Like I mean, I would, I don't know, because it's just like, well, because like when you're just collecting to complete, you're basically going like, so here, let me show you how at one point I had $1,000.
Yeah. Let me show you what it looks like if all of one thing was in one place.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah,
I just have all the cards. This is all. Yeah, you see it? Isn't that cool? That one's worth a lot of money, I think.
No, that's like, well, like well, perfect. Like here,
that would have been so funny if you pulled your whole computer off. You just lean back and just
I gotta be honest. I thought about it. I was like, how does this like pull? How much will it let me pull?
How stretchy is it?
So you know me, Pat. I'm Andy Malfrina. I'm into conspiracies and all that kind of stuff. And I'm big into, you can see that book there, Chaos. I'm big into the Charles Manson thing and MK Ultra.
I wanted to make sure, because we do have a lot of collectors that watch or hang out in the chat. Not you. It's not a bad thing. It's a hobby. It's a real hobby, but it's also like,
no, that's a really important distinction. If you fall into the category of anything we're saying, we're not actually talking about you.
Not you. Those other guys. Remember, because that's the thing. That is a thing about collectors is, and I learned this from wrestling fans. Wrestling fans share the same attribute with almost every collector of like
autism.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Oh, I was gonna say. I think I was just gonna act out autism. But I was just gonna be like, that guy doesn't really understand. My collection's actually more thought out. I think.
Well, no, it's my general. It's how I live most of my life. Yeah. Oh, it's different when I do it.
Yeah. Just enjoy the thing. Don't let the thing control you. Enjoy the thing and let it take over your life. That's totally fine. but don't let it control you.
Well, that's what I was thinking about, where I was like, there is a thing where that's like, I've been saying, it's like, you should make money at like your go make money at your third favorite thing. Like,
yeah. Something that you would be like, it's like a thing. So this is my favorite thing. I love hockey, right?
Yeah.
I know for a fact I'm never going to make money like in hockey, but I can be around hockey. I could be an announcer. I could be a fucking play-by-play guy. I could be an ice scraper or Zamboni driver. You know what I mean? Like any of that stuff. But it's like, that's the thing, is like, is you don't have to, don't be the thing that you like. I like porn. Porn would be the thing that I would be like, I would be around porn if I could work around, but I'm never going to be in porn. You know what I mean?
I know I've brought this up to you so many times. I think about it daily. She just, it's like she just knows it's one of my things.
It's my thing. It's my hobby.
It's to this day one of the funniest sentences.
I'm not, but that's the thing.
I think about it so often. It's just one of my things. Oh, what?
She just knows I'm into it.
She just knows, like, jacking it's a big hobby of mine.
But like that, but it's a thing where it's a true interest of mine. But like you could be in the way, like you could say like, all right, this is the thing that this is for me. I really love chess. I collect chess boards. I love playing chess, all this other stuff. But then if there's the other thing that you also really like, but you're like, come on, I know I really love the Phillies, but I'm never going to be on the team. I'll be a bat boy.
What's up? You know? And that brings it back to what I was going to say earlier, is like, so I got this book, Helter Skelter. It's because I picked it up, not because I'm like, oh, I really want to, because ironically, if you read that book, Chaos, he debunks the fuck out of Helter Skelter. But I picked it up because I'm a big fan of, like, I'm kind of into serial killer shit, and this is an original copy. Like, this came out in the 70s. So
that came straight out of Charlie Manson's pussy.
Yes.
He birthed it from his hippie fucking pussy.
It still has some LSD right here. No, but for like, that's a thing that most people walk by that and go, I couldn't give a fuck. I walked by it and went, ooh.
Bro, you just gave me the greatest fucking idea in the world. Registered trademark.
Murder Sharon Tate?
Trademark. Nope. Second greatest. Sorry. Second best idea. No, making a book about LSD, but all the pages are LSD.
They're just tabs.
Yeah. And that's low-key the best way to sell drugs ever.
They're just tabs. The whole book is tabs. That's gonna be an expensive book, though. You're gonna have to. You might want to start with pamphlets.
Yeah. Maybe you should get this one. Like the fucking guy at the checkout counter is like, everybody's buying this book today. I just got really sweaty, and it's like,
that's so funny.
Yeah, that would be a great way. If that's not the best way to sell drugs, I don't know a better way.
There's literally no other better way
aside from being a pharmaceutical rep.
Yeah, besides giving the federal government a bunch of money, you know what I'm saying? We're just a bunch of Bill Maher's over here. Sorry.
I got a bunch of micro penises.
Sorry,
I'm assuming that's what it was. I don't know. I don't know if it's the fact that we said what's the guy's name? Adolf something or other, and then the other guy, Jeffrey something Steen.
Jeffrey. You know what I mean? No, I literally think it's because I put the word micro P in the title. Because
the word. Wait, I forget. Did you put P?
I wrote.
Can we say penis? We can say penis, right?
No, we can say penis. Okay. I'm just saying what I typed in the title. Oh. I wrote, the title was Jeffrey Epstein and Adolf Hitler had a micro P ?
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Dude, it's by the way, it's a perfect workaround. You could make such slanderous statements, and if you put ? I'm just
asking questions.
Well, no, what I was saying before with like the reason I realized is because like I got into like
penis.
Guys, penis.
That's going wild.
Chat, spam the chat with some penises. Spam the chat. No, I was realizing it where like, you know, comedy was comedy's my favorite thing. Like, I was talking to someone the other day. I go, brother, I was like, the reason I don't have any money is because the things I actually care about. Because I was watching something about like, oh yeah, I've been watching that new show, Beast in Me, which if you watch the trailer, it feels like a girl show. It's actually a very good show. It's not, it's not one of those shows for women. It's a good show. And but no, and the one character in it is like this. He's like one of those. I don't know if you've seen that guy online who's trying to like figure out how to live forever. So he's measuring his son's boners at night.
He kind of looks like the Prometheus guy or whatever.
Yeah. He's trying to be the pinnacle of health while looking like absolute shit. Yeah. And it's a dude who's that guy mixed with like a New York real estate magnate, blah, 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 blah. So he's like one of these like intense American Psycho type guys. And I was like, oh, that's how you have to be successful in those areas. It's not a matter of like, no, you just have to like be that guy. And I was like, you have to care about these things, these certain type of A, B, and C. And I go, yeah, I'm where I am because at the end of the day, the two things I really care about is one, being funny and knowing more bands than you do. And like, cause it's all I fucking care about. Yeah. And so I was like, well, I'll go. So that's why like career path, I'm like, oh, I just want it to revolve around being funny and knowing bands. So that's why I do the shit I do. But then this is why I was making the joke earlier where it's like, make your career your like third or fourth favorite thing. Because sometimes when you find out how the sausage is made, it makes you, that's what I'm trying to say is like, it makes you like the thing in a different way. And you you miss the days where you didn't know. Like I love like, cause like I love podcasting with my friends. I love doing stand up, but there are elements of it where you go, man, I wish I didn't know how the sausage was made. But like, whatever my third favorite thing would be. If I found out how the sausage was made, I'm not as emotionally attached. I don't give a shit. I'll get in the fucking mud with you guys and just be like, is this how we make sausage? All right, fuck it.
Yeah, this is crazy, right? There's a common ground there. Like I feel the best example, actually it's a clip that I did send you. It's a thing where it's kind of shifting it a little bit, but like it's when you become more jaded about things.
When did you send this to me on, or where? I mean,
I think
it
was the list, the pre-pro list I sent you
last
week. But
all right,
it was the one that said the 29.
I won't have to scroll too far because we mainly speak through Instagram Reels.
Yeah. But it was like it was a thing where like.
So funny. This is literally an Instagram reel.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry. Go on.
No. It's a thing that it's just like even the things like you said, like once you realize that like kind of like not even like the conspiracy wise, but like just the fact of like what people are capable of or like willing to do. I watched this whole like video on like sports betting and all this other stuff, and it's something that I brought up I think like 5 years ago or even before that, where like I go like it's crazy that casinos are so illegal. You can't you have to go to a special place and they're allowed to have it, and it's like monitored and it's like recorded and all this other stuff, but like now legitimately there's BetMGM. And everybody, like you can bet everything. BetMGM, there's sports things, there's all these other things.
And they talk about the odds on TV.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying is like it's just continuously like they're like not only has it shifted, but it's like a complete 180 where they're like gamble, like everywhere, all the time, everything. And which is crazy because it's like it's not really regulated. Like it's not really regulated. So when this shit happens and then you find out, okay, and then there's this whole UFC scandal where like there was a whole gym that is being accused of like being a part of compromise, fixing fights, betting. Like this guy, James Krause, would run a gym, and he had a podcast that was all about sports betting. And he would give you all the tips and tricks and all this stuff. And one of his fighters actually went in, and the line shifted so crazy right before the fight because he leaked the fact that his fighter had an injury and he was going in and he was most likely going to lose. So the bet changed to like TKO round 1, and like a bunch of people got paid out. And then so that caught the eye of the FBI, and now the FBI is investigating. Another fighter just recently did this where he didn't even properly fight the submission, and it wasn't inexperience. It was the fact that like even the commentators were like, he's not even reaching for the hands. Like that's day one shit. If you are an MMA fighter that's fighting in the UFC, you know that.
Yeah,
that's
it's just
undeniable.
It's one of those things where it's like, it's like if people were watching me, like Andy's not even going for seconds. Something's going on.
Something's up. Like, and that's the thing. And then you look at the over would Andy have seconds, or you know what I mean? Like everybody's gonna bet that you're gonna have seconds.
It's just like they watch they watch me only eat 2 slices of pizza. They're like, call the FBI.
Something's up. He's compromised. So like that was happening.
Get Cash Patel's bug-eyed face on the line.
He fucking straight up is like they are investigating the UFC. So like that leads me to this is I think it's happening in every fucking sport. And in the NFL, I have seen the most evidence of it being the most. I mean, Andy, I don't know if you've ever heard me say this before, but I'm going to get ready for the line of the century. You are sitting down, correct?
Yeah.
They are doing it right in front of us. They are broadcasting it on television. Oh my God. God damn it! I wish that was glass. If that was a glass, like an actual glass,
I wish I had a joke gun to pretend to shoot myself with.
You just go and just fall down, and it's crazy because it's not. It's like it's one thing to like take people's money. You know what I mean? To like fuck people over or scam people. It's always been a scam. Every single time I'm getting sold something online, I don't believe you. When you're like, this is the most effective deodorant. Liar.
Can I say
you have to say that. You have to say you're the best. You can't say this is a pretty good deodorant.
Can I say this?
You know what I mean? Like that's what you have to be 100%. So you're not fucking people. You're fucking people over, but also you are literally messing with the integrity of the game. I'm not even the biggest football fan. But like when you start to do that, like that's the thing. They get paid millions of dollars. These are people's fucking dreams, dude. And you're changing it because of a fucking betting line. A team's just not going to go for more points out of nowhere because the over under. It's fucking so obvious. And like this is the video that I sent you.
Oh, the video you sent me
is great evidence of it. But this guy in particular has this guy is like my spirit animal. The way he reacts to this is how I talk to every inanimate object in the world.
Wait, Pat, I don't want to play the N-word. No, let me say
not that clip, not that clip.
Oh no, not the racist cookie jar I bought. The other clip.
Not the guy in traffic.
I just find out you're like, oh, you're one of the guy who collects the fucking with the red lips. Oh, goddamn!
I collect. I could collect.
It's history. You just keep yelling that the whole time. It's historical.
Lazy Town was a place. Okay.
You're like, why is the only history you care about World War II and the antebellum South, Pat?
You know what I mean? Everybody wants to remember the victors. Okay, the guys who lost, they fought hard.
History's written by the victors. We got to see both sides.
But FIFA has been accused of shit like this, like crazy.
Oh, wait, I wanted to say this is what I wanted to say. Before those hilarious riffs, great job, Pat. No, as a wrestling fan, it's so satisfying finding out every single league is rigged. Because
it's crazy.
I like watching sports for the sport. That's why like MMA and football are two of the most fun to watch. Because I think, and hockey, like they're for the athleticism, they're very entertaining. But like I cannot, get the whole like I was like you know me, I'm an Eagles fan. Someone was shitting on Jalen Hurts, and I'm just like, they're trying to rile me up, and I'm like, yeah, he's having a bad season. It's none of this is real and doesn't matter. I don't care.
Yeah, I won't die on a hill, on any of these hills.
But like, dude, like as a wrestling fan, because like it's sports fans in particular are the ones that like hardcore sports fans who secretly just want to play D&D because they're just stats autists.
Yeah.
They just love stats.
Yeah, they talk about their favorite boys. It was so funny. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, but they're the ones who will like, they'll talk to you about liking wrestling like you're the dumbest fuck you ever met. And I've gotten that a bunch of times at jobs and stuff from like sports fans who find out I'm into wrestling and shit. And I mean, just in life in general, and just finding out the vast majority of your leagues are kind of rigged is so satisfying.
Yeah, and I don't see it. So I think the reason why there's like a 1A, 1B situation where I love the NHL and I love MMA, but like the reason I think I love those two the most, going way back to the beginning of our conversation of like those seem like the realest dudes. Like those seem like the realest sports. Cause like I think if there was any whiff of in the UFC, especially if there's any whiff of that, they're like, get those motherfuckers out of like Dana White's at the press conference going, I don't know what the fuck's going on, but we're gonna get to the bottom. Like that kind of shit of like, I'm not fucking around. But the NFL's like, what?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, dude,
and you're like, and you find out like the NFL or the NBA has been caught doing that in the past. Like there has been like leagues that the referees were compromised, something else. Like it's fucking crazy that that is it that they're just playing dumb to it. But going back to what you're talking about, the stats autists.
Actually, this is an interesting comment. Dunbar said the biggest baseball stats autists I know are also wrestling fans. Well, I think it's you know what it is. It's a lot of times football fans.
They like stories. Baseball fans like stories.
Baseball
which
fans
is wrestling stuff too.
I will see. I think baseball fans are usually they like stories. They're usually the nicer sports fandom.
Yeah.
It's football fans. Like it's, and you know what I mean? It's not even all football fans. Because there's like a type of football fan who like you could tell they played it in high school and they appreciate the sport. It's the football fan that never played and never even had a chance to like be anything athletic. Those are it's always those guys. It's always the football fan with like the dog shit, either a dog shit body or he's like too skinny to even make it on a soccer team. You know what I mean? It's like, it's one of those guys. They're always like the most cunty people in the fucking world about it. And so again, finding out your sport is fake is fun for me.
I think that's what I'm saying is like, it's like, it's every sport is supposed to have their own unique thing, their own unique, like they're all, you can be a sportsman, but like, I feel like football is the one that people treat the most like politics, where they're just like somebody could have this same kind of meltdown over like a Hillary Clinton, going like, can you believe she just fucking said that? But like this guy's crash out over this fucking thing is, I don't understand a ton about betting, but his like he's pointing this out, and this is I've seen like multiple clips of this where they're just like, what was that? That's the most obvious thing, and you're insulting our intelligence by not fucking putting the right thing down. You know what I mean? Like by not like reprimanding these people. If there are cheaters here, there's somebody here that's like either was told to do something or is doing something, and it seems like it's unavoidable to say it's not 100% rigged.
By the way, the reason I backed out is because when it was like this, I felt like we didn't get enough of it. But then I was like, wait, are they going to see all the horny posts I've saved? And I go, nah, it's just one Chinese girl. I like double checked it and I'm like, it's just one Chinese girl. It's just one Jack Chinese girl. That's not what
we like to do here.
Come on. Listen to the podcast.
You know who he is. But yeah,
I apologize. Set it up for me one more time.
So this guy is just basically having one of the most hilarious, but also realistically relatable crash outs. I think I'm using that term correctly.
Who the player?
He's filming the game.
The guy
because
showing
what's happening.
the video.
Okay. There's 59 seconds left.
I I can't believe it! If you don't think this stuff is rigged, I don't know what to tell you anymore, man. I really don't.
I love the dramatic music,
Browns are
too.
punting from the 29. They're punting from the 29. You know what the over is? 38 and a half. I've been watching football for 30 years. I've never seen somebody punt from the 29. The 29. The 20 fucking 9. Stefanski, I'm fucking on to you. I'm on to you. I will have you investigated by the FBI after this, because nobody in NFL history has ever punted from the 29, man. Are you kidding me? I can't.
Hey, okay. You know what? When you first sent this to me, I was like, okay, this guy's just being a fucking. And then now watching it, I'm like, oh, I get it a little bit more.
Yeah, I will have you.
So he said, it's so funny. So wait, let's do the math real quick. So he said the over. So he said 38 and a half, but it was actually 36 and a half.
Mm-hmm.
And so, does that mean total points scored?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So they're at 34 points, and if they score a field goal, that'll put them at 37.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's crazy.
But and I don't know if you caught this, but they're on the 29.
Oh, is that why he was saying that?
Mm-hmm. So like I said, it was barely mentioned in the video, but they were on the 29-yard line across midfield. So like they are just take the 3 points. What team? Like you're not running up the score. Nobody's gonna like beat you up for anything. But you're
just get the field goal
from the what was it again?
30? 29.
Can't remember.
Well,
we
and
might
also
have to
too,
play it again. I don't know.
Well, also too, it's 4-2. You could also like do a run play, and fuck it up.
Take a knee. There's literally the 29 is actually pretty decent field. Like if they were to start
29, why'd you just say that?
I don't know.
Yeah,
for some reason that was stuck in my head. But wherever they are in the field.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to derail the show. I just for some reason I was like, why does 29 stand out to me?
You would and that's the thing. It is Dunbar saying never seen a punt in that situation. Nobody has ever. I mean, even if they have, I'm sure that the announcers were like, "What the fuck are they doing?"
Well,
you know what I mean? Like it's like, why would you just take the fucking points?
It as for all the football I've watched, every single. I mean, I don't know what kickers max limit is like below 40.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like
can do it from midfield. I would say.
Most kickers nowadays, like, you know, if conditions are rocky, it might be tough, but in optimum conditions, most kickers can hit it from like the 45, 50 without too much problem.
Right. So it sucks that if it is rigged and if it's
that
rigged,
goes back to the thing earlier where it's just like, dude, it's once you are able to make good money at it, it's not just money. It's when you're able to make good money at it, that's when it goes to shit.
Yeah. And I think what it is like, no, go ahead.
Do you mind watching the kids real quick? I have to piss so fucking bad.
Yeah, you have to put me up because I'm on my laptop. I don't have the.
Oh yeah, I got you.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if it's 100% rigged or not, but like the fact that it's not even being, as far as I know, investigated, or in the fact that a lot of these companies like DraftKings or any of those things, or I don't know of all of them, but like most of them will have like a parlay or something like that, and a lot of these people are realizing it's like on the second half of a parlay or like the last part of a parlay. It's like these things are happening and they're like, or the over under, like you're saying, like some bits like that, where they're like, why in the world would they be doing that? Except for if you look at the betting line, it's like, they don't want to mess it up. You know what I mean? Yes, we can go to McDonald's. No, and even if, okay. So Moldy Toad brings up the fact that the Browns kicker is total ass this year. Totally understandable. but it's not terrible field position. You're already up. Try to get 3 points. Do you know what I mean? Like I understand there's doesn't seem to be there's plenty of argument for them to try the field goal, and there's very little argument against aside from either not wanting to run up the score, which I mean, I guess so, but it doesn't really matter in that case. It's 3 points possibly, or like the fact that you don't want to fuck up with the betting line, and that's it's a crazy thing. It's still worth the attempt. Oh yeah, sorry, I didn't get the whole thing. Like I said, I don't have the permissions on my laptop. My desktop wasn't working as well, but like I don't bet. But that's also another thing is like you very rarely are you ever going to. So that means there's corruption in the betting apps a lot of time, I would assume, and or it is stemming from one of the two. Either the league is controlling it or the betting apps, who a lot of times sponsor broadcasts, stadiums, fucking I don't think necessarily teams, but I don't know exactly what it is. But it's one of those things where it's just like it's not being addressed, in my opinion, the way it should be. Whereas the UFC was like, get that shit the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? At least they're saying it. You know what I mean? Like that's even if for some reason there is any kind of cahoots happening, it's a thing where you're like, when you do see it, it's very obvious. Usually, almost always, you can always see like, why did like one guy, his shoulder kept popping out of socket, excuse me, and he still went in there and was like, and then it was a TKO in round 1 because his fucking shoulder popped out. Like that, it's a thing where like you can try your best to make it look convincing, but usually, even if the commentary is in on it, which I don't know if they are, like they're probably either gently encouraged not to bring it up any speculation, or they just go like, why not?
I don't think the commentary is in on it because I've seen, I mean, I'm sure some are at times, but I've seen some clips where like a lot of times in football, I've seen some clips where like some of the old school dudes are sitting there going like, what the fuck is going on? This makes no sense. So I have to
the 29.
What? Oh yeah, the 29, Pat. So I have to roll at noon, but I really wanted to. Sorry to cut this short today, guys, but I got to dip out at noon.
It's 100% Andy's fault. It's Andy's fault.
I mean it is, but I don't feel anything towards it.
Don't let him tell you otherwise. Andy did it.
But I said yesterday I wanted to talk about this, and we were kind of talking about wrestling before, but this is currently This is currently sweeping the internet, and it really goes to a theme of wrestling fans just they you know the term smart mark, Pat?
Smart.
Yes.
Hey, okay, can I ask you real quick, which Paul is that?
I
can't remember.
Well, are you asking about Logan or Heyman?
Oh. What Pauls do we have on the screen right now?
Yeah.
We got Paul Heyman, and
we got some of the most notorious Pauls on the screen.
That's not the one that boxed, right?
He boxed, but he's not known for it.
Logan Paul, right?
Logan. That one's Logan.
The other one's Josh. No, Jake.
Drake. Drake Paul. Jake Paul, yeah.
Jake Paul.
He's the one we hated so much we all pretended that Mike Tyson wasn't fucking 95.
I love their Suicide Force stuff, but other than that, I mean,
that was fun.
That was my favorite. I mean, honestly, what kind of dickhead just kills himself and just leaves himself there?
Yeah, god damn it. Fucking be everyone else's
Toy Story hat on for nothing, buddy. I came here to be wacky. Now, what's that? Is that a piñata? Oh yeah. Okay, so yeah, Logan Paul is the
Did you say is that a piñata? Pat, you're a wild bull, dude. I think maybe YouTube was right. We need to be reined in.
I think YouTube has a micro penis.
I love people when I clip this up, people watching that out of context, and we will not explain it. No, so wrestling fans do this thing where they they learn every single thing about wrestling, and they love all the behind the scenes, and they love to tell you how fucking smart they are. But when they just see pure wrestling right in front of themselves, their brain just shuts the fuck off. And like, so then in the business, they work, well, not exactly, but they kind of like
work themselves into a shoot.
Work themselves into a shoot where you become such a smart mark that you don't realize you're just a regular mark.
You just gone back to mark. Yeah. See, that's the thing, is people making their stupid your problem. And I think that's what this is. Where it's like,
what a great way to put it.
Where you're like, oh yeah, that's fucking wrestling, stupid. They were carny folk, you idiot.
So let's just actually watch it real quick. So this is after Survivor Series that just happened. Paul Heyman's he's like the manager of the new bad guy faction, and they're leaving. They're leaving right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So Paul Heyman, bad guy, did a bad guy thing, and everyone's going like, how could he? And you go, oh, the bad guy?
Yeah.
Like it's like, do you guys not know how this fucking it'll be this weird thing where they'll bring up dudes like Bruiser Brody, I think it was, and they'll show these videos of him in Mexico, and he's like literally running through the stands, and he's like spinning a chain and like knocking over people, and they'll just be like, when wrestling was the best. And you're like, oh, but if a kid also, like, you can't just run up. Like, what's the kid expecting? You know what I mean? Like, you just run up on a guy.
I feel like even if Paul Heyman wasn't on camera, he would still push that kid over. Like, he's kind of that dedicated to the character of that kid will have a story forever. That kid has a story forever now. No matter what, he didn't get hurt. He didn't get pushed down. He didn't get pushed hard. It's just a kid that ran up in front of Paul Heyman as he's walking through the crowd, which is interesting. And a kid gets hurt. I feel like this is a plant, tell you the truth. I think this is a work.
Well, no, that's the thing too, is like WWE does stuff like this. I don't know if this specifically is a work, but what?
Is that true? What's in the chat? Paul Heyman talks shit on dead Bobby the Brain Heenan on ESPN.
I don't know. I didn't see that, but I believe it. That's the thing, is like Paul Heyman's the best at doing it, his thing. But no, it's like, that's the thing that irks me all the time, is like wrestling fans, because wrestling fans are very vocal and very active in the conversation, but they continually show that they don't fucking know anything. Like, I remember this happened one time after an event where it was Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens. They were buddies, but Kevin Owens was starting to be like, Cody's not showing me the right respect. He's starting getting pissed. He's like, and then it sort of boils over. And then it was like they had him at the buses just get into a fight near fans. Yeah. And all the fans were like, wow, they just did that and just hoped fans would record that. And I go, are you a naive baby?
Yeah.
You don't think there's one WWE staffer waiting there? It's like, they're not going to risk not getting the right angle. You psychopaths.
Look at all the security, which if you're watching a WWE broadcast, you can never tell if they're really cops or not. But there's you got to look for the security, and there's like a wall of people between him and the people, and one kid happens to break through. Like, it's the thing where you're like, come on, man. Like,
no, that is a
really
good point.
Think about it.
And it's framed up absolutely perfectly.
And who is filming this? Do you know what I mean? Like,
looks like Mason filmed it.
You know what I mean? Mason's a fucking plant.
Mason works for WWE. No,
he's probably the green shirt guy or whatever.
Yeah, he's probably that guy who's like, oh, don't get me started about the green shirt guy. No, I just, you know what it is? I just hate everyone's like, wow, that guy's the fucking man. I go, he's just a rich guy.
Yeah.
We would all do that.
Yeah. Hey, just aside from like a handful of actual people that don't really like each other for actual real reasons, they're all buddies. They're all best buddies. And they go back there and they all hang out. And that's the part that I know it may sound condescending, But that's the thing you have to remember, especially if you're a wrestling fan, that they are, quote, working. It's a fucking work, dude. They're at work. So, like, if you see Paul Heyman on camera, he is Paul Heyman, the character.
Yeah.
I think maybe if you approach him on a plane where you have to have your phone off, you know what I mean? And you get to talk to him. I think maybe in that case where he absolutely knows he's not being recorded, you might get a genuine like, hey, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like if you're like, dude, I love what you do. Like, I love how much you're in character all the time. If you start the conversation like that, he's going to go like, whatever, pussy, and slap your fucking drink out of your hand. And you know what I mean? Like, he's going to inform you. He's going to give you a little. He's going to fucking...
It reminds me, too, of, like, the original tweet I got this from where the guy goes, wait until you hear about anything he's ever done. And that's where it's like, these wrestling fans act like they're fucking so in the know, and then Paul Heyman does the most Paul Heyman thing you've ever seen him do, and they go, how could he fucking do that? And I go, have you ever watched the show? And it's like...
This is like Ted DiBiase and the basketball kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's a fucking heel, bro.
Yeah. No, wrestling... I'll see wrestling fans talk about this online. They'll literally just be like, man, this guy, they're trying to make him the bad guy, but he's just so unlikable. And you're like, hey, man, like, say that again.
Yeah,
say that again.
Right. Like, just sit. Like, I'm somebody who hasn't really watched wrestling on a regular basis, but it is still obviously in my life, and I still respect it. I love it because once we realize everything's wrestling, I'm like,
you appreciate it way more when you understand that it's like what keeps the world going.
Paul Heyman is, in my opinion, has been the pinnacle star of wrestling. Like, he's the spirit of fucking wrestling, I feel like, because like as somebody who respects the fandom and the fact that I grew up watching it, it's like he's somebody that is like, when you hear him talking about it, he is so sincere, and when he is working, he is so fucking sincere. And it's like a thing where you're like, I've seen him on Ariel Helwani, and he is so brilliant at being able to navigate what to keep kayfabe and what to fucking talk as like, hey, I'm just Paul Heyman, the guy.
Yeah, he's amazing.
He is incredible. And like the fact that he is the person that he would never have a misstep like this. This was not impulsive. This was completely thought out, whether it be an actual real kid or a plant. I think
what Paul Heyman did. Yeah, I know what you mean.
And if you're a fan of wrestling and you fell for this, you are the biggest fucking mark of all fucking time, dude. Like, it is crazy to me.
And also, it's also like, yeah, fell for it. If it is completely, but it's like if you also just felt like how this guy's saying this is not a good look for Paul Heyman. You're like, you're like, how are you? You know, you're a Twitter account with like over
wrestling
200
clips.
Yeah, you're a Twitter account with over 200,000. I'm assuming you watch wrestling daily to keep up to date with your Twitter, and it's like like how do you act like you know what you're talking about, and then you just immediately fall for it the second it happens.
If I may, and I'm not here to. I don't want you to feel attacked.
What?
Do you feel like maybe you fell for a work? Maybe wrestling picks and clips was just getting you for clickbait?
Oh, maybe, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because if I mean that with all due respect to wrestling fans in general, I know that smarks exist. I know that that's true. But like also like, well, come on. Like this is crazy. This is crazy to actually think that a real life wrestling fan that's dedicated enough to start a fucking page, pay money to get it verified, and then have like posting this shit. You can't just go like, you can't come on. I don't believe that you believe it. And like, that's kind of like, that's where I think that's where I fell out of favor with wrestling, where I'm just like, hey guys, we gotta like, There's got to be an off switch at some point. There's got to be a part where we're not working each other, and this isn't a fucking carny shoot, and we can just be in the green room and
we
just have
just
some snacks.
be
You know what I mean?
genuine. Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying. That's an extreme, like that's a definite possibility that this specific account. But I think more so on the like first off on the broader conversation, it's like there are people who genuinely think that. Yeah, there is a degree of just like, oh, this will be good clickbait, but also at the same time, like watching wrestling, see what they cheer and see what they boo for. You know, like my favorite example is why I never liked CM Punk on his initial run, because he was meant to be like a absolute stuck up cunty baby, and the fans were like, wow, that's a good guy to us, you know. So
yeah, Christopher Michael Punk is not really too impressive to me, but I do appreciate his work and his loyalty. I think it's just so fucking weird now that they're doing like,
actually Derek has it. Maybe we fell for it, and I'm actually working all of you guys.
Oh man. Can I just fell for it? Did I just fall for you falling for it and then them falling? Wait, where are we?
I'm Paul Heyman. Can I say that my last thing too, where it's like why it's even a conversation is stupid, is because it's like people, because a lot of times too, like wrestling fans want to be a part of it the same way sports fans, you can tell it's like, oh, you weren't tall enough to play basketball, or you're not big enough to play football. Sports fans always have this thing where it's like, I wish I could have played. Wrestling fans, you can tell a lot of them had this thing where it's like, I wish I had the balls to go do this. Yeah. And so they try to act like they're, you know, like they're really in the know and they're getting it and stuff, but they can't step outside of it and go like, ask you, whenever you go like, oh, I think that wrestler went too far, I go, ask yourself this question. What would you do if you had a video of Paul Heyman shoving you when you were 8?
Yeah.
I go, I would start every conversation with it. It would be the coolest video I've ever owned.
Oh, this t-shirt here? Oh, well,
yeah.
This is just a picture from this video.
Yeah. It's just funny too, because there will be like these I'll see clips of like indie wrestlers who literally go up to kids in wheelchairs and just like fucking make faces at them, and they'll be like, wow, he's such a pure artist. You're like, wait, like what is it, man?
It's like, I realized it, like what this is like, and this is going to help you really understand if for some reason there was any confusion or anybody did get confused by this or worked by this. It reminds me of the literal term crowd work. It's like you are literally, have you ever seen the clip of Stone Cold? It's like after a broadcast and he's got a mic and he's like kind of like roasting the crowd.
Oh yeah, he would do that a lot, just kind of like have fun with the crowd after the show was over.
Brother, it is like the timing of it is fucking comedy. It's crowd work. He's talking to this guy. He's like, what do you do? Oh, I drive a truck. Oh, I can't, if there's one thing I can't stand, it's a truck driver, blah, blah, blah. And he goes, you sorry son of a blah, blah, blah. And then he goes to the lady that's with him and he's like, what do you do? And she goes, I'm a Bible salesman. He goes, if there's one thing, and he just throws the mic down because he's like, I can't. I mean, it's just a Bible salesman.
Yeah. Well, no, that's
sweet.
Have you ever been to an indie show? I know you might have went to. Did you go to Micro Wrestling with us?
Yeah. I was there. Yeah, I went to the one in Austin. Yeah.
Oh, okay. But if you've ever been to like a legit indie show, it like clicks in that getting the crowd to pay attention in wrestling is actually incredibly similar to getting the crowd to pay attention to you at a comedy show. It's a very similar muscle. It's not obvious, but like as a comedian watching like, because you got to go to an indie show where literally no one knows the wrestlers and watch how they get the crowd's attention.
They sell themselves.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, it's very similar. It's very similar to what comics have to do on like a fucking showcase where no one knows the fucking comics.
Yeah.
And it's a very, very similar muscle. One's just one beats up your body, the other beats up your liver. But hey, this was a sick stream. I have to go. This was awesome. We will be back with you beautiful people fucking tomorrow.
I love you guys.
I love you guys slightly more than Pat does. I do.
Probably not.
I